Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we want to give our honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors and salutations on to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wah, the elders, apostles, great millstone, taught us the truth to rule well. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm to you beautiful leaders. Definitely worthy of the title. All right. Shalom to the 144,000, the governing body of the kingdom to come. All right. And the innumerable 1/3 that consists of men, women, and children that have been ordained to believe on the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and our truth and sincerity. All right. We're the GMS Dallas class coming back at you. All right. Another Thursday night prophecy. All right. We're just speaking about the things that are going on in the earth right now. You see a lot of uproars that are happening. You know, and it's finally starting to really hit Babylon here in America, right? You know, you see a lot of different skirmishes and different things that have been going on, you know, across the season in different countries, but now it's really starting to hit here heavy. You know, we had the, you know, since the immigrants have come in, right? And it's caused a great divide and great dissension, all right? People are basically fed up. In the midst of that, there's a lot of fear that's kicking off right now, man. Why? Because the Lord is moving those chess pieces, man. All right, we're really actually starting to see the fall of Babylon on American soil, right? You've seen a lot of different things, like I said, we got going on over in the Middle East and different stuff when it comes to the politics, but nothing really in the land, all right? And the Lord has had that happening for a reason right now, all right? But these things were ordained to happen through the scriptures that, you know, Babylon, aka America, right, would be infiltrated, all right? And that's all, like I said, to start the sedition that's written about in 2nd Esdras, right? You know, lawlessness is going to ensue. Now we know this is an operation which Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, called order out of chaos, right? Where you create chaos and then you come in with an order, and that order usually entails with taking away more and more of your rights. We see that starting to happen here, as you know, like I said, with these people coming into town, these immigrants. Now you got the situation with the Venezuelan, you know, allegedly, right? That's been, you know, coming here to America. They went to Colorado. There's different video footage and stuff on that. Now it could be staged or whatever the case may be, because we don't put nothing past this devil. But you know, either way it goes, it's happening, right? And now we see the situation happening in Chicago. All right, you see a lot of that stuff in the news. All right, the news media. A couple of different brothers were doing videos on them, right? The different skirmishes and things that were happening up there. As a matter of fact,
Precept for you.
Baruch Shah.
This is Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Gone. Egyptian against Egyptian. Now who's the modern day Egyptian? It's Esau Edom, right? The modern day Pharaoh, all right? And that's what you see happening. Going back to what I said earlier, that great divide that's happening right now. All right, there's dissension, not only, you know, just on your average everyday Edomite out here, but in the political arena, you know, on the left hand and on the right hand, you know, all these different demographics. All right, but all this, scripture talks about a kingdom divided shall not stand. And so we see Esau Edom's kingdom, it's on its way down, it's toppling, right? But all this was orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because when you look through, you know, even ancient Rome, right, there were a lot of skirmishes, there were a lot of infighting, all right, and that's usually how a kingdom gets disrupted, all right, and begins its downfall, all right. So the Lord is doing that just like how He did, you know, in the ancient days. It's happening again today, all right. And the beautiful thing is we're alive and being able to see it happen right now, right? So all of these infiltrators that have come in here, like I said, that was done for a reason. In fact, you want to grab that Jeremiah right quick, 51.
This is Jeremiah 51:1. Thus says the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
Right. Babylon the Great, aka America, all right, in the midst. Now we know ultimately this is going to lead to World War III and America being destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Right? That's ultimately what this whole thing is really going to boil down to. All right? So as me and the brothers we were talking about earlier, Esau is very cunning. He's very subtle in how he does his things. Gradualism is key. So he's been pulling the strings behind the scenes gradually and making these things happen. Where if you don't have the Spirit of the Lord on you, you're going to be cut off, right? And you're not going to understand what's going on. All these things are just going to seem like, just a freak of nature, something happening. No, this was all, just like how we say Esau, Edom's got this organized and planned. This is all ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahweh's movie. He's the one that's orchestrating it all, right? He's the one that's bringing the downfall to this place, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her.
Right. Salaki, go ahead.
It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Right. Fanners. Basically, if you have a fire, right? Like in the ancient days, it's what it's likened to. When you have a fire or a spark, in order to get something hot, you got to blow wind on it. You got to blow air. You got to fan it. All right. That's how you get it hotter and hotter. All right. So what that's talking about? It's talking about America here. All right. Those fanners are those immigrants that have come in. All right. And they're given particular incentives. They're getting particular gifts, as you will. Financial aid, new houses, cars, money. Right. And what's happening? What's beginning to happen? Because like the brothers talked about, ultimately, Jake's going to feel some type of way about it. But ultimately, these Edomites are pissed, man. Yeah. That's what's fanning it. And that's what's going to fuel this thing, because this is Esau Edom's kingdom here. And he's brought these immigrants in, and a lot of them, most of them, Northern Kingdom, brought him here. And he's giving them all these teats and dainties that he's taking away from the Edomites. And what's that going to cause? An uproar. That's how he's fanning this place, man. Which is going to bring on that sedition in 2nd Esdras 15. Which is going to bring on that civil unrest and race war. Right?
I got a piece of this is 2nd Esdras 9, point is in verse 3. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, thou shalt then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And that's what we're seeing, like we mentioned, that gradualism, the uproars, just because Esau, he liked to set the stage for something. It don't be something that he gonna say is gonna be done and it's gonna happen. You got to think all the way during the time of Albert Pike back in those days. Up until now, this thing has been set up and planned all this time. Now he got, like I say, he brought the immigrants in. What are they doing now? Now they starting certain propagandas. All right, certain people listen to certain news feeds. But that's what Esau do. He set up his media to do what? The mediator to come up and bring forth his propaganda, his lies. All right, now there's things happening.
Right.
But he's gonna set it up where it's gonna have people, just like a crowd when they're in an uproar. When somebody, like a football game, somebody break loose to run the ball, if you know about football. First it'll be kind of low, then it'll go, then it start gradually getting louder. That's what's gonna happen. We see the uproars of the people. The brother brought out Isaiah 19, all right, with the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Not just that, what he said, his neighbors, all right? Everybody's gonna be in the midst of this here in Babylon the Great. So when these things start happening, you're gonna see more and more, especially getting towards this election time. When you get closer to this election, you're gonna see what? More propaganda. You're gonna see more uproars of the people. Bro, this might be it. Like I said, we just speaking spiritually, all right? Because we don't know the time, but what? We're measuring it to see where we're at in these times, and we're seeing how the stage is being set where it's gonna be. It could just explode at any moment. That's one thing about fanners as well. When you fanning a fire, it may start flaming up a little bit, but then all of a sudden you got what? A full blaze. Right. That's what Esau is setting up for.
I got one for you. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 49 in the GNT. This is the words of our Lord Yahweh Shah. He says, I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. And Yahweh Shah said this, over 2,000 years ago, and he wanted to bring hell upon the Roman Empire then, but that wasn't his time.
Right.
You see? So, this revised Roman Empire, this whole beast system, this whole Edomite, ran, and governed the world, man. And Yahweh Shah, Okay, upon his arrival, it's already, as the priest is going into, you're gonna already have these fanners. You're already gonna have a lot of different pockets of the earth, already set ablaze.
Right.
Some due to riots, race wars, rockets, missiles. You see, Yahweh Shai, he's completely about to renovate this place with fire. Ultimately, man, divine heat, divine fire. What you got, bro?
You got something? No, you can finish, right?
No, this is back in Jeremiah 51, and I'll read verse 2 again and go to verse 3. It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her. Let me read it again. It says, verse 3: against him that bendeth and let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this is what's just talking about. Ultimately, it's talking about destruction. It's talking about chaos that's being brought here, man. All right, because once this thing gets ignited here in America, there's going to be no pullback.
Right.
There's the scriptures talk about how scriptures talks about in the 8th and 9th month, the plagues coming. They're not slack. Roughly paraphrasing. Once this thing kicks off, there's going to be no slack. There's going to be no calming. All right, the calm is actually right now. All right, where Jake is in his mirth. And most people, like I said, you see certain things that are beginning to happen. But with this election that's coming up, regardless of who sits in the chair, it's getting ready to be hell out here, whether it be on the left hand or the right hand, or even if they cancel it all together. Because me and the brothers were just talking about, when it's a state of emergency, what just looks like it's getting ready to be, if it's not already, right, then they usually hand the control over the U.S. over to FEMA. Right, and you know what that happened when FEMA comes in. FEMA's gonna come in with the UN military, right, and all of those things that they have waiting since 2015, a thing called Jade Helm 15, all right, where they were doing all these military exercises, all right, about different skirmishes and uproars and rioting. They were doing training exercises all out in the woods, all right, where Esau's he's preparing all this different technology that he has out in the woods with his drones and everything. All right, to get ready to come and put that smackdown on Jake, man. So now that everything is already set up and everything's ready to go, all they need is the perfect incident. And that's going to be the excuse, going back to that Ord Ad Ko. That's going to be the excuse for him to push that button, and all hell is going to break loose. All right, and ultimately it's going to be, Jake is going to get fucked up. Because like we brought out before, you need to Google, what is it? The King Arthur plan. Alfred plan, Salakia. Right? Rex 84. All right? These things were put in the 70s and 80s. All right? There were particular legislation that was to target so-called African Americans. To basically destroy you niggas and take the rest of you niggas to FEMA camps. It literally says that when you Google it.
It's like F camps.
Yeah. The water. So we know that this is what's coming down the pipe, man. Right? Matter of fact, you got one?
Yeah. This is back in the middle of Jeremiah 51 and 3. It says, and spare her not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. It says, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. That's what happens. You're going to see a lot of slain and being thrust through in the streets.
Yep.
That's the whole thing that Esau is setting up for. He's setting up for all out, basically, might well say all out riot and war here in the streets of America. All right, what that's going to bring forth? That's going to bring forth him, as the priest mentioned, in Ord Ad Ko. All right, he's going to set a problem, and then which causes chaos, and what he's going to bring forth a solution to. All right, one of the solutions that he mentioned, like I said, Rex 84, Jade Helm, all these things deal with what? Military coming in and taking control.
Right.
You got the F, E, M to the A. That's when they can basically step in and take control at that time. All right, when this chaos is happening. So basically, you're not going to honestly be under. You're not going to be under what they call like the Constitution.
Right.
It's going to be all out.
Null and void at that point.
Null and void.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to take heed to that.
Yep.
Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14, and it's gonna be in the
That's
GNT.
what I just had.
For real?
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
all good.
It says, the world and the people in it are doomed.
Beautiful.
It says, the war that will bring their destruction is very near. We know that war to be what? It's World War III.
Yep.
It says, nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. This is the point that we in these times right now, man.
Right.
You see? It says, verse 16, the apostle Paul said all the time, man, we living in a time of 2 Ezra chapter 15 and 16, man.
Yep.
You see?
Yep.
And what we getting ready to, what I'm about to read is about to happen and increase. Like the brother had mentioned, we in a time to where it's getting close to that so-called, election. You know what I'm saying? So Esau he's planning something, man. We feel through the spirit something big is gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
You see? But it says, verse 16, there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. You see? And that's what you're going to have happen, man, because like the brother had mentioned about Esau sees America as Esau for years, you know what I'm saying? And, and these elite banking family are the one who pulling the strings. They're the one who say who's going to be the so-called president, man. You see, and that's just the face. He's not the actual one controlling it. You see, they're getting, he's just a puppet. You see, the person who really pulling the strings are the elites, man.
Right.
You see, but going back onto the point, for years the elites have been working, all right, on the minds of these everyday Edomites, man. You see, starting with Obama. At one point, these niggas would never think of a so-called black, and that's what, and they play on skin color, man. You see,
Yeah.
that's how Esau did it. The so-called black man, you know what I'm saying? Now he runs the country.
Right.
You think them good old boys were mad about that? Then they backdoor with Joe. You see, not only Obama got two terms, man. You see, then they backdoor with Joe. You see, you know.
Yep.
So here it is, you know. So over time, these everyday Edomites, them good old boys, been seeing their country on a decline, man. You see, and what do they see? They see Donald Trump as their last hope.
Yep.
You see, and Esau knows how to play on the minds of the people. Like the brother had mentioned, all these letting these so-called, Jake come up here. You know what I'm saying? Opening the border. Now, if you really think it was a fucking emergency, Esau would shut that shit down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Esau start blowing niggas away, right? You see?
Right.
And then you best believe their ass to turn around, man. Esau, if there was really some enemy, some danger, Esau been killed that shit already. But Esau is allowing it. That's how we know, you know what I'm saying? Esau is allowing it.
Right.
You see? And when these people came up here, not only did Jake come up here, but you had you had Moab come up here. You had Elam. You see? You had the Hamites sliding through the border. You see, all those going back onto those founders, man. And Esau has a purpose for these dudes, man. You think these intelligent agents don't know who these people are, man?
Right.
You see? They know, man, hey, bro, what's about to happen, what we getting ready to see, man, it's all biblical prophecy, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man. You see, you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans who playing games, your ass is, it's gonna be a horrible day for you, man. You see?
God, if I may add to it, it's funny you say that because, like you said, they were still pissed over Obama getting in the chair. So you think, and now we got all these immigrants coming in here, so-called, are they getting all these benefits? They're taken away from Esau. Let me tell you something right now. Edomites are pissed the hell off right now.
Hey, bro.
They are fired up. They are mad as hell. Let that nigga woman sit in that chair if you want to.
So-called.
Yeah, that's what's gonna piss them off, man.
Yep.
So we had to deal with a damn nigger, the Obama, right?
Yep.
So-called, Jay.
So-called, right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had to deal with an old senile nigga who boo-boo on himself and become a laughing stock. Now you telling me a damn woman is gonna run out?
Oh, that's it.
Them good old boys just have meetings every week, man.
Yeah.
What they gonna do when the shit hits the fan? When if Trump don't get in, you bet. Hey, these niggas is ready. Esau ready to go, man.
Yep.
You see, these good old boys are ready to get it done, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And even if the election gets canceled, that's gonna spark them because Esau want answers. He wants resolve now. Ain't no they cancel the election. Fuck that. Click them. Either way it goes, it's gonna be clack clack. They're not playing, man. They want resolve. They want answers. They want their country back. Like Ice Cube say, St. Louis niggas want their cornerback. Esau want his country back, man. Right? So this is what's coming down the pipeline.
He want to hold on to that temporal blessing
Yeah.
that was given in Genesis 27 chapter. But that's why it's important for us to measure the times. What times are we measuring? We're measuring the time of the Gentiles, man.
Right.
Okay, Esau, he's at the end, man.
Right.
Okay, Job the 14th chapter, the Lord says that he's appointed unto man bounds that he cannot pass. See, Esau, he's trying to do any and everything he can to override those bounds, those predetermined, those predestinated bounds that the Lord already set up, man.
Right.
And he's trying to do it in a digital way. He's trying to obtain this digital birthright, but it ain't gonna work, man.
Right.
You see, Yahweh Shah is gonna come back. Okay, he's gonna redeem it. This is what the gospel is all about, man. Okay, it's to put the true joint heirs, okay, in their position, starting with Yahweh Shah, and then every man in his own order. And Esau, you're gonna be put in your position, okay, as it was predestinated for you to be. Okay, what does Scripture say? The elder shall serve the younger. That's what's about to happen, man. And these elites know that. Okay, it's not a hidden thing. They know who we are, and they know who they are. You see, they've been knowing. Okay, it was us that discontinued from our heritage. You think just because Esau put us on slave ships, you know, he forgot who we were too? No, he's been knowing who he is and who we are. You see, so as we're receiving that breath of life, as it says in Revelation 11 chapter, this is why great fear is falling upon our enemies, man. So Esau, he's going to get more and more tackier with the thing. You see, with everything he's doing. Okay, that's why Scripture says, don't be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Because he's doing the same shit he's always done. He's just doing it in different ways now. Well, I wouldn't say different ways, but in a different what's the word I'm looking for? Just different avenues, but it's the same methods, basically. You know, you gotta go.
All right, man.
No, go ahead, bro.
If I can add, because this devil knows that he's at his end, man. Revelations 12:12 says that the devil is about to come down having great wrath because he knows that his time is short. It's about to be cut. He's about to be cut off, man. That long disease is about to be taken out the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the physician is about to return, man.
Right.
You know, to a very sick world, man.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And real quick, Esau is the end of that. Can somebody grab that? The Gentiles, the end of the
God, I got
what is that in there? Luke or Matthew?
Luke.
Luke. Grab it real quick.
God, this is Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And Yahweh Shah says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword,
And the they is talking about the Israelites, which that happened. Go ahead.
and shall be led.
Oh,
Okay. It says, and shall be led away captives into all nations,
that happened as well. Go ahead.
and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
To the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, man. You know, we've been in the times of the Gentiles. The Gentiles have been ruling. You know what I'm saying? Israel hasn't been in rulership for a while now, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Esau has been in this final rulership of his for man way too long, man. Like the Scripture saying in Romans the 13th chapter, the night is far spent, man. You know, it's past due, man. You know, this dude is on borrowed time right now. But I want to bring this out real quick, just to follow that up, because this is Esau's. The end of the Gentile rule is coming through them. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 11 and verse 39, and it reads, "Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts?" And those four beasts is talking about when you read in Daniel the 7th chapter, it breaks down those four beasts or kingdoms or empires that were going to rule and fall before the implementation of the kingdom of heaven and the earth. 2nd Ezra 11 and 39, it says, "Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them?" So the end of the Gentile rule is coming through the Edomites, which is currently in rule. The Lord is going to return to a world ruled by the Edomites, man. They're not done away with. They're here in full effect right now, going hard. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga about to go harder. You know what I'm saying? He ain't through. The Lord is about to use his devil. Proverbs 16 and 4, he made the wicked for the day of evil, man. All things to himself, but the wicked for the day of evil, man. And we're in the time of the days of evil, man. You know what I'm saying? Evil is ahead. This shit is about to come down on top of your head, Jake. You know what I'm saying? And Jake out here, like the Kahanian been making the point, is out here playing games, man, which we make these points every week. Keep playing, man, but the Lord is about to drop that hammer, man, and he's going to do it through these devils, man, which is his whipping stick. What's that? Psalms 17 and 13, you know? You want to grab that real quick? The whooping is...
I got you right here. This is the book of Psalms, chapter...
His sword, that's it.
God. This is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 14. It's like in verse 13. "Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shah. Disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Which is thy sword, man. The wicked, which is a nation of people. You know, the wicked. We always make that point. The and that is being specific, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can say wicked is among all people. But he's saying the wicked. When he says the wicked or that wicked, he's being specific, man. It's a nation that he created. And he created for the purpose of what's about to come, man. That evil day, man. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble is upon us. And that's going to happen, and that's going to bring his end, man. It's going to venture right into his end, man, because then it's going to go into the World War III and his destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the implementation of the kingdom of heaven after that, man.
I'll read the next one for you. Psalm 17 and 14. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes.
And that's the Edomites, man. You know, Jake ain't got no, what's
Inheritance.
well, it's another word I'm looking for. That generational wealth. That's a good one.
Right. Prosperity.
Nah. Damn, and I just heard this word yesterday. I was watching something, heard. I'm like, damn. Cause you know, Jake we don't have like the that we can pass on. You know what I'm saying?
Generational wealth.
It's kind of I guess that's the best
Inheritance
word
or
for
something
it.
like that?
Inheritance, generational wealth, all these things, man. Our people don't have that, man. We ain't got nothing to pass on to our children. So what is that talking about, man? Esau. This is his world, man. You know, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:24, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's flourishing right now because he's in his blessing.
Right.
Going back to what the Kahan mentioned earlier, Genesis, the 27th chapter, there was 2 blessings given them. You know, when you read in Hebrews of the 11th chapter, verse 20, you know, and Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come, man. You know, and that's why the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, in verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. There's something after this, man. But that generational wealth, the inheritance, the generational wealth, all those things being passed down to his kids, his babies, you know, that's Esau, man. You know, so that's what that's going into, these Edomites, man. You know, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you're harping upon that point about this generational wealth, you know, really what the elites are doing, what Esau is doing, he's trying to basically, well, not trying, but he's doing it. Okay, he's just hoarding that whole blessing. Okay, until that top 1%, the elites,
Right.
and he's shitting on the rest of his counterparts, man. He's shitting on the rest of his people, man. Of course, so where does that leave Jake at? Jake is looking for a slice of the pie. Nigga, you not even in the picture, man.
Right.
You see, when Esau erects his end, when he erects his end to the W to the O, his main agenda is first getting Jake off the earth, man.
Yep.
Proverbs the 30th chapter speaks about how the wicked's teeth are like knives, and their jaw teeth, their jaw teeth are like spores. Roughly paraphrasing, man. To do what? To devour the poor off the earth. Who's the poor? We are. You see, so his whole MO is to devour the poor. And he's doing it right now economically, spiritually. Okay, he wants to try to take it physically. And he's going to get to a, large degree. Hey, the Lord's going to appoint him, to get the 2/3. But as far as the elect, the Lord's going to set up that standard, man.
Right. And so that's funny, just to add on what you're saying. It's funny because I got a precept here I want to have, but just add on what you're saying, and ultimately this is what it's like. We always talk about Jake is looking for resolve, he's looking for rest, right? He's looking for answers ultimately. This is how there's, that this kingdom, we're literally at the end of the heathen rulership, man. Right? And the power that we serve is a just power. He's allowed all these different nations to rule for a reason. Matter of fact, I want to grab this Proverbs 28:2, and we're going to grab the G&T. It says, when a nation sins, it will have when a nation sins, it will have one ruler after another. But a nation will be strong and endure when it has intelligent, sensible leaders. And that's what you see happening right here. Abarat Azai, we're part of that number. It's talking about the governing body. All right, so a wicked nation, a wicked world will have one ruler after another. And that's been nothing but heathen after heathen. All these different kingdoms that were erected in world history, right? The Lord has given these people time to rule, right? To do their wickedness, right? But ultimately, and you see Jake being tossed to and fro.
If I can add, the reason why that happens is because the sons of God, we got kicked out of the garden.
That's right.
So because of that, what the Lord say to the sons of God, he says, now you're going to have to eat your bread, by the sweat of thy brow.
That's right.
You know, you're gonna have to get the substance of the earth by thorns and thistles. Your woman gonna be over you.
Yep.
She's gonna try to usurp authority over you.
Right.
You see? Then the serpent gonna bruise our heel.
Yep.
You see? Meaning what? He's gonna vex us. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna, like it says in Daniel the 7th chapter, wear out the saints of the Most High, man. You see?
Yep.
But as you said, you know, but the Lord, he's coming back. Yahweh Shai is coming back to restore everything. You
Right.
see, he's already restored everything in the spirit. Okay, once he, conquered the grave, conquered death. Okay, defeated, the spiritual demon Satan. All right, by his work upon the cross. Read Colossians the 2nd chapter. It speaks about how he disarmed the spiritual powers by him resurrected, roughly paraphrasing. So now he's about to come down upon the earth and usurp all this power and authority, man, that the Heavenly Father gave him to him.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, you're going to have that heavenly arrangement again, like the priest said. You know, we were pretty much kicked out of the garden, so now we're getting access back to the tree of life, man. We're getting access back to righteousness, man. All right, and those men, you know, chiefly who the Spirit of the Lord has been bestowed upon, that's that governing body of the kingdom to come that are going to run the world in righteousness. And that's the world of Jacob that will never end, that everlasting world. But ultimately, we had to go through these things. All those things that the priest mentioned, all those things are part of the curse, man. All right, when you really step back and look at this thing as a whole, you know, yeah, the Lord could have just set it up. We could have just been good. You know, but ultimately, he wanted us to learn something. Right? In order to be judges, rulers, and kings, you got to learn good from bad. Why? Because in the kingdom, Scripture talks about how he's going to put his laws in our inward parts so we don't go off, but all the other nations are going to go off. So how are we going to know how to deal with them if we haven't been in that situation? And how to rule and rule justly and righteously. You got it.
Proverbs 20 and 30 in the GNT. Sometimes it takes a painful experience to make us change our ways. You see, and this is a painful experience that we're going through, man. The Lord beating our ass, man. You see, like going from the brother that mentioned Adam, you know what I'm saying? Going, those sons of God, going from Genesis when the Lord created the creation and put Adam in the garden, he didn't have to work, he didn't have to do anything. It was just given to him. You see, so now you got to work for it.
Yep.
Now we in America, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because we went off.
Yep.
That's a painful experience, looking out into the world and seeing wickedness and knowing how it truly supposed to be. That shit hurt, man. You
Yeah.
see? But we understand that we got to go through this painful experience, man. That's going to make our ass change. And ultimately, the Lord is going to be the one who changed us completely.
Right.
You see, to the point to where we're not going to go off no more. But this is the part of the process of getting into that forever, man. It's going through accepting our punishment and taking it, man. You see?
Right, beautifully said, because just adding what you said, you know, everything was pretty much brought to a low point. Very low, you know, as Scripture as a brother talked about, even in the garden, you know, the fruit, you know, it bare fruit on its own. The world was that planet was at this earth, this paradise was at its fullest, man. But ever since this devil came into play, ultimately because of our fall, you know, the earth hasn't yielded its full potential. And it's been a constant decline ever since, man. Everything's been this way.
That proves that Cain is in rulership.
There you go.
Because what was part of the curse that the Lord put upon Cain? He says that the fruit of the earth is not going to yield its increase in fruit.
You see? So everything is suffering. All of creation is suffering. But like he said, like the priest said, you know, we had to go through this for a reason. Because we had to learn something ultimately, man.
Got one for you. This is I'm gonna start right here. This is Job 36 in the NLT. And I'll start at verse 5. The point is in verse 9 and 10. Or 8 and 9. Job 36 and verse 5 in the NLT, he says, "The Most High is mighty, but he does not despise anyone." It says he is mighty in both power and understanding. He does not let the wicked live, but gives justice to the afflicted. He never takes his eyes off the innocent. And who's the innocent? Who's the blameless? The elect, man. It says he never takes his eyes off the innocent, but he sets them on thrones with kings and exalts them forever. Now here's the point. If they are bound in chains and caught up in a web of trouble, he shows them the reason. You see? And where do the sons of God, find themselves at right now? Exactly what the scripture just said. Bound in chains and caught up in a web of trouble, man. What's those chains? These chains is symbolic for what? Captivity, slavery.
Right.
We're in slavery. We're in captivity to our own bodies, his own vile, corruptible flesh that we're in. We're in captivity to Esau, Edom. We're held down or restrained by gravity. You know, you're the son of the Most High. Like you got everything pushing you down, man. You see, our own wicked thoughts. But check this out. If they are bound in chains and caught up in a web of trouble, you're caught up in this system, he shows them the reason. You see, and this is what gives us, breath of fresh air and relief. You see, by the Lord just giving us the answers while we're here. Because the reason why Jacob's caught up in all these different philosophies and ideologies, because they're trying to figure out, like, damn, how come this happening to me? Why we had to come over here in slavery? But that's Romans 11:7, as you quoted earlier. You know, how Israel have not attained that which he's seeking for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. What is that the elect obtained and the rest didn't? Okay, they obtained the mystery. They obtained the answers to all their questions, man. So it says he shows them the reason. He shows them their sins of pride. Now I'm going to skip down here to verse 15. You got it. But by means of their suffering, he rescues those who suffer, for he gets their attention through adversity. You see, because when we had it all, starting with Adam, okay, well, like Elder Yatazak, I remember he did a lesson a few months ago. The kingdom was given unto Adam. The kingdom was given unto Solomon. You see? But starting with him as Yahweh Shah, okay, the second Adam, he had to work for it.
Yep.
You see? So the Lord had to make us go through this adversity. That's as our apostles say all the time, experience and adversity, that's the best teacher. You could talk to Jake till you blue in the face. You could go into all the Hebrew words, all the Greek words.
You gotta feel it.
They gotta feel it, man. And that's a part of the bitterness of this truth. We first eat it, it's sweet, but then it gets to a point to where the Lord, he makes us feel it.
Yeah.
You see, and that's that sifter right there. But the elect, hey, they're learning their lesson right now. The Lord, he's showing them the reason why we're in this predicament, okay? And he's also giving us comfort at the same time, giving us comfort in our affliction, as David said in Psalms 119. See, but hey, that's the point. Y'all got it.
It's beautiful, man. And when you look at it, it's like the Lord is really healing us in a short time. Jacob destroyed for a man. For how long? We had what? We had 40 years of sovereignty, man. Right? In Yerushalayim. Right? 40 years. And everything's that we went out of land, without a name, without a power, without a country. And in this whole time, what are we ultimately doing? We're fighting to get our way back, man. Right? I got this up, Group 3 and 8, just to lay back on what you're saying, Bill. Brother, we're talking about how now, because we've been subject to these things. It says, behold, ye are yet this day in your captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. You go ahead and get this out, and be subject
you
to.
start again?
Come on. This is Group 3 and 8, which is laying back off what you mentioned.
Okay.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Yeah, we are yet this day in our captivity. When did Baruch write this? When we were in the Babylonian captivity.
That's right.
Where are we now? In the mystery of Babylonian captivity, man. So for all you simple ass niggas saying, I'm not no slave. I got a house. I got a job. I got a car.
God, see?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah. See, man, Jake is simple, bro. Bro, you were subject to payments, man.
Yeah.
You gotta pay taxes. Bro, brother, before we cut on the camera, bro, Esau sells, what is that? He sells the air.
It sells air, like fresh air, like Colorado air in 6 packs of cans.
You can't make it up.
Air.
But you free. You free and you on child support. No, man, we're in slavery, okay? And the Lord's about to show. He's about to show that it's going to be made manifest, man, in the next few upcoming weeks, okay, months. All right, he's going to show Jake, man, once he allows Esau to come in like a great flood, man. You see, it's about to be, the Lord's about to put a purge out, man.
That's right.
You see, that's what all this is leading to, all these particular insurrections and seditions, okay, going on, against, national. And another thing, as you speaking about the so-called immigrants, which those are our brothers, man. Those are part of the tribes, man. Okay. You see, basically what the devil is doing, he's dividing us even more.
Right.
Which at the end of the day, when it comes amongst, the elect are not going to be divided. Okay, because that's one of the main focal points of this ministry. Ezekiel the 37th chapter speaks about how those two sticks, okay, Judah and Ephraim, they're going to join back together as one stick.
That's right.
You see, but the devil what the devil does best, he divides and conquers, man. You see? So as it be, for these other niggas out there in the world, man, you're going to have Judah vexing Ephraim. You see, and vice versa, Ephraim vexing Judah, man. All right, that's what they want, man. You see? But you can finish out that verse.
Done. This is Group 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, for thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Right, that's the point, man. And we're still under that curse right now.
Right.
And then once Yahweh Shah comes, that's when he's going to lift off those curses off of us, man. Was that Revelation 21? It speaks about how there shall be no more curse.
Yep.
But as it be right now, okay, we're still behind enemy lines, subject to paying taxes. And even Yahweh Shah says, render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, but
That's right.
what unto the whatever is the Most High, give it unto him.
Right.
So that's what we're doing, man. And we render unto the Lord, okay.
Right.
And then we operate behind enemy lines. Okay, we give Esau his little taxes or whatever he requires. Hey, but we keep the main thing, so we can become sovereign, man. That's a promise that Yahweh Shah gave, Revelation the 2nd chapter. To all those of you who overcome, I'm going to give you a rod of iron, to where you crack your enemies over the skull, man.
Yep.
See?
And that's the time that we're headed into. When you think about it, man, this captivity is like prison, man. In prison, what, you can go out in the yard, but you still, for a certain amount of time during the day, come in, you got to do work for little to nothing, right? You got a warden over you, tell you when you can get up, when you can this, when you can do that. What's the difference between that and having a job? Right? Working on that. I was at work today, man, vexed as hell, man. I'm sitting here thinking, I know, as the scripture just said, we understand why, but because we're in this flesh and we're human, you're still going to have moments you're like, damn, but call Allah Yahweh we at the end of this thing, man. You want to break in there for 4 hours working your ass off, Esau give you 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Shovel down all your food and shit and have to get your ass back up in there. I'm like, damn, just 30 minutes.
Walking there with heartburn.
Yeah, you're in there farting and shit, bubble guts, and you got to, keep it together,
But yeah, that's America. Basically, America was a lot of it when Esau was doing back in the time around Christopher Columbus time, sending his prisoners or wickedness over here, to these lands.
Yep.
And that's all America is one big prison, as you were saying. When you look at the time, what you got HR, human resource. Right? Just like in prison. You got jobs in prison,
Yep.
but you can't go outside the walls.
That's right.
Unless you get permission.
That's
Now,
right.
you try to leave out of America without his certain permission or certain permission slips.
Yep.
Passports
Hall
and things like
pass.
that.
Right.
Yeah, hall pass.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You cannot leave and come back or anything without having his permission. It's hall pass. This ain't number one big, huge land of incarceration.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's why Micah, the 2nd chapter in verse 10 said, this is not our rest, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's polluted. This was a prison sentence, like the Kahan said. This was a punishment from the Lord, man.
Man.
Jake over there, in which we do in all we've done in all our the captivities that we got put in. Jake assimilates into those captivities, gets comfortable, and want to flourish and build and you know what I'm saying, just chill, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which is what they're doing right now. They're in that same mentality and mindset right now, man. Which, like the Lord said, it's not our rest, man. We got brought over here for a reason, man, because we went off. You know what I'm saying? And like the Kahan Yajrala said, we're on a path trying to work our way back to glory, man. You know what I'm saying? We got knocked down to the lowest. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to make our way back, right? Up the ladder, paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? What's Jacob's ladder? You know what I'm saying? Remind me of Jacob's ladder.
That
You know what I'm
ladder is Yahweh Shah back in there.
Exactly.
Yahweh Shah said it. John the 2nd chapter. For the hour cometh when you shall see the angels descending and ascending upon the Son of Man. He was referencing to Jacob's ladder. You can read about it in Genesis 28. So the only way back into that peaceable state with the Most High, you gotta get up on that ladder, Yahweh Shah.
That's it.
Ladder is mediator. To get up and down something, you got to put a ladder up just to get to where you're going, like
Right.
up top. You
Right.
need that mediator, and that's your Howard Shah, putting us with the Most High. We can't just go to him for our own self.
Right.
He
He
ain't
can-
dealing with us.
No.
He ain't dealing with us.
No.
The Heavenly Father himself, he's not dealing with us. He's dealing with us through the Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Yeah, man. We got to get back into that good. Now, we're a part of the elect and we get saved. Then, being joint heirs of the Father's going to be dealing with us, man, because we're joint heirs, bro.
Yeah.
Right. But going back into the experience, like the brother said, we subject to all these things. Well, we had to get the same taste of our big brother what Yahweh Shah had to go through.
Man.
He had to be subject to the creation, man. These same people he created, the same earth, he created, he had to be subject unto it, man.
Yep.
People
Man.
ridiculed and being humiliated, having these heathens over him.
Right.
Yahweh Shah had to go through that. And, if we follow in Yahweh Shah's steps, and we are part of that elect, well, we got to go through that same thing. We got to get a taste of that shit too, man. You see, imagine if we are part of that number, man. We got to be subject to fucking heathen telling us what to do. Oh, you late. I'm gonna write you up. Being
Right.
subject to this shit, man. Or being subject to a fucking woman, man. You see? We had to go through that same experience our brother went through, our big brother went through, man.
Man, that's heavy said. If I just add real quick, man, I'm at work and I was just thinking about that too. The Edomites come through, they got their suits on, hard ass, they looking at, and I work with nothing but Issachar. You know, and it's like a language barrier, and Issachar speak no English. You know what I mean? I understand a little Spanish, but I just don't say nothing. But they come through there with their suits, looking around, this and that, and you know, certain shit, we need you to do this and that, and the whole time I'm thinking, and this is how you know, a true man of the Lord thinks like this. You're always thinking like, man, look what Yahushua had to go through. So it's like all the stuff that Yahushua had to go through, man, you better not sit here and bitch and complain. But Yahushua had to do it. So it's like even in your moments when you're in the flesh and you feel some type of way, you got to think, man, look what Yahushua went through. Look what he did. You know what I'm saying? And just fall back, man, and praise the Lord ultimately, man. Because whatever we going through, he went through 10 times worse. You talking about like he said, the creator of all things is going through this, but I'm about to feel some type of way about this dude at work. Nah, it's muscle memory now, man. It's a beautiful thing, and it just humbles you, man. Ultimately, that's how you want to be. The author and finisher of our faith, man. Looking to him and just falling back, man. The Lord set us up, set up the authorities over us, and that's just what it is. Yes.
Yeah, we gotta eat that shit on the chin, man.
Man.
You think your Yahushua wasn't pissed off? Think your Yahushua ain't want to bitch ass nigga? But
Yep.
on the mission.
Yep.
You see, we gotta be in that same mindset, man. That's why you turn the other cheek.
Man.
You see, we gotta be subject unto the will of the Lord, man. The Lord wants us to go through this, man.
Yeah.
You see, that's a part of our punishment, man. Us reacting and doing shit out of the flesh, man. That ain't a part of the Most High's will, man.
Yeah.
You see, we gotta be subject unto the punishment that He put our ass through. These particular hell we catching. You see, but we gotta understand. We gotta just go through it, man.
Right.
You know.
And even when we catch our hell, because you catch the hell in the world, but that doesn't give us, a license to withdraw,
Right.
what the Most High requires us to do as well,
Right.
in a part of this ministry. Because, one can make the excuse, man, I'm catching all this hell, man, I can't do this, I can't do that for the Lord. Then you find yourself not praying as much, you're not reading as much, you're missing camps, you're doing all the... No, man, hey, just like Yahushua, he was catching his hell, and he was still about to follow his business, man.
Yep.
So really, the elect men, whomever they may be, bro, they working their asses off right now.
That's
man.
it.
Spiritually and physically. And that's what we were brought here to do, is to work. That's the only thing that should be up on our minds. Not resting, not getting comfortable.
Yep.
The Lord brought us over here to work, man.
Yep.
Scripture says, hate not laborious work. This is a part of that curse that he pronounced upon Adam.
See, we gotta look at it. We constantly work. Brothers work 40 plus hours.
Yeah,
Then
bro.
after
Yeah.
we get out, what we doing? The
Camp.
work, camp,
Yep.
all week. We ain't getting no rest.
Nothing.
You see, the little time we do it, a brother may need help. I gotta help the brother. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Bro, we constantly on the move, man.
Yep.
You see, you gotta continue that. Hey, bro, it's a non-stop thing. You see, when like the brother Thake read earlier, or quoted, you know what I'm saying? This is not our rest, man. It ain't the time. We gotta work now. You see, the harbor, all that time what we working for, we'll get to enjoy that later, man. And that time is coming soon.
What about
The
your
rest is
family?
already prepared.
What about your family? With Paul, we would call that with wives, be as though you have one.
Yep.
Bro,
You know?
I get to the point now, my youngest son, bye daddy, he already know what's up. He already know what's up, brother. Bye daddy.
That's what's up.
All right, bye, see you later. He already know what's up.
Yeah.
So we like, bro, we ain't never on, we gone, bro. We either, if we ain't at work, we brothers, we doing the work, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's our life. Yahushua is our life, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What's up?
If I can add just real quick, the brother mentioned that group, Micah 2 and 10, which goes back to the curses, man. You know what I'm saying? We read the curses in Deuteronomy 28, 65, I believe, somewhere 60 something. It goes into how we want the soles of our feet we're gonna get any rest, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the point, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be comfortable, man.
Nope.
Get out of that comfortability state, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't here to rest, man. Rest is coming in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Where every man should be under his vine and shade tree. That's what that signifies when you read it in Micah, the 4th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? That rest, it reminds me of the picture of like the Hispanic, the northern kingdom. that is sitting under the big shade tree with that
Yeah.
sombrero pulled
Yep.
down. He on a big ass shade tree, chilling, resting, sleeping peacefully under the shade. Rest, man. Peace. That's what that represents in Micah, man. You know what I'm saying? So our time is coming, man. We're on the cusp of it. It's right. It's like right there. It's right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We just gotta finish the race, man.
I got one for you. It's Philippians 2:5 in the NLT. It says, you must have the same attitude that Hamashiach Yahushua had. Just like what the priest was going into, man. Considering, the author and finisher of our faith. Considering that the apostle and the high priest of our profession, man. You see? That's really wisdom supping with you. Basically what wisdom is you meditating and applying Yahushua. Okay, what will Yahushua do in this situation?
Yep.
How will Yahushua think right now?
Exactly.
So that's you dwelling with wisdom. Wisdom meeting you with every thought. And that right there is what's going to preserve us. So it says you must have the same attitude. Now, and as I may say, as we're reading this, yeah, it's easy to read it. It's easy to say, yeah, that's it. But it's a whole other thing applying it, man. When you behind enemy lines, you got these niggas vexing you every day. You see, you got your woman in your ear. You got this Edomite boss in your ear. You get you late on every goddamn bill. You see? But that's where Satan likes to pull on that flesh, man. You see, to try to make you divert from the mission, divert from, what Yahushua would do right here. You see, leaning upon your own understanding, doing it your way. And that's where we lose every time.
Yeah.
So it says, you must have the same attitude that Hamashiach Yahushua had. Though he was power, he did not think of equality with the Most High as something to cling to, because Yahushua, he knew who he was and he knew where he came from. He's like, he knew that he was the only created being of the Most High, and everything else was created by him. And he knew that this was predestinated for him to do, and he came in human flesh, man, in the same bodies we got, knowing where his true origins is, man.
Right.
Now let's read the next verse. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. So all that the power and the glory and the majesty, the preeminence, he gave that up willingly, man. You see? He took.
If I can add, that's Hebrews the 2nd chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? Where it behooved him to be made like his brethren, man. You know what I'm saying? So he may be a more faithful. I'm trying to remember how it's worded. High priest, a more faithful high priest, roughly paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? Because had he came in that power, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't understand, man. He wouldn't, because we're not powers, we're in his flesh, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Had he came and not come in the flesh like us, then he wouldn't have been able to, like now, being that intercessor for us, go to the Most High and say, nah, Lord, give him a chance, I understand. I was in that flesh, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't kill him, you know what I'm saying? Don't take him out. Give him a chance, It ain't easy,
They got this saying in the world, you know what I'm saying, about walking a mile in someone's shoes.
It is.
Yahushua did that. You know what I'm saying? He came in the flesh.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, he went through all the temptation scriptures to tell you. He went through the same shit that we go through. I think me and brother was talking about it. I think we were talking about it out there, like how, like all these thoughts, these wicked thoughts you had, you know what I'm saying? The lust of the flesh, he went through all that shit and didn't go out, bro.
Right.
You see? So he understand, like you said, nah, I'm gonna let him slide. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro.
Yeah.
That's what makes a good judge, you know what I'm saying, when they can relate to you.
Right.
You see, and that's what the Lord is doing with us, man. Lord willing, we're a part of that number.
That also shows the wickedness of the Edomites and also the wickedness of Jake, these wicked niggas. Because like I said, he walked perfect. Did not sin, but what happened to him? Look what happened to him. You had Jake jealous, you know what I'm saying? They came on him with Caiaphas and all of them, they lied on him. You know what I'm saying? And then they said they put the white man more into his life. Because ultimately it was Jake the one that seeked Esau upon him. We know what happened when he was born. But like I said, it was Jake the one that was saying, okay, we got to put a stop to this cat. We got to put a stop to him. So that's what Jake would do. And like I said, so the Lord knows when a person trying to walk their walk and trying to be, we ain't gonna be perfect, but we're trying to walk with a life through the Spirit of Yahushua. He knows what's gonna happen. You know what I said? Like I said, he's gonna cause that division, And he's gonna basically say you can't look towards your family. You gotta look towards this is our family. You know what I'm saying? These are my brothers. All right, these are my mothers. That's what he was alluding to. Cause the people that you know, like your so-called family that you grew up in when you was in the world, bro, these things have been to be shot. And then when you change, when you put off that old man, now they got what? They got to stand against you now. Something about him now. Look at him.
You got a different spirit.
Yep.
You're being conformed to Yahweh Shah, which this world hates Yahweh Shah. This is an anti-Hamashiach system we live in. And this is the place where it X'd out Yahweh Shah, Revelation 11:8. So really the elect is like the only trail really that the Lord left behind that points to Yahweh Shah. This is why at the end of the day, all eyes and and insurrection gonna be coming against the men of the Lord, man. And we see that happening now. We see that build up right now. I know Elder Apostle Gar, he just did a video. Elder Natazakba from GMS South Carolina, he did a video about all these scoffing ass niggas, man. Like, where these niggas popping up from, man?
Right.
Like, here we are, bro. Don't you have bigger things to be concerned about?
Right.
Okay, and inflation, okay, job losses, you getting evicted, okay, but people finding time out they fucking day, okay, they get off of work. Most of them probably ain't got no fucking jobs, but they mocks us as if we ain't got no jobs. The men of the Lord, some of the most hard-working men you ever find.
Talented.
But nonetheless, all these scoffing ass niggas just popping up out of nowhere, man. You see, when they should be worried about World War III and famine. You see, but this goes to show you that the spirit, okay, is rousing everything up, stirring up the pot, man, to bring on that great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. This is all prophecy. So why? So the Lord can show who his elect is and who's not.
That's right.
And a lot of these people that's in these different other camps, okay, hey, they about to be found, man, to be liars, man, calling upon these other gods. You see, you're gonna be the first ones to bend the knee and try to conform to these people, man. Try to appease them. You see? But I'm gonna finish this. You got something? You got.
All right, just real quick. Jeremiah chapter 1, and I started verse 17 in the GNT. Get ready, Jeremiah. Go and tell them everything I command you to say. Don't be afraid of them now, or I will make you even more afraid when you are with them. Ooh. You see, so this ain't the point, but going back into the point, like the Lord was telling Jeremiah to go proclaim that message. Go tell them we doing the same thing, because you had mentioned, bro, like everybody's against us, bro. Niggas, our own people, man. The elder Ariella did a video going into it's gonna be our own people. Our own people gonna come against us first, man.
Yep.
You see, and like the elder Manata Zappa did that video, and niggas is doing it, man. You see, this is
Openly mocking.
yeah.
Openly Israelites.
This is the point. It says, verse 18. It says, listen, Jeremiah, everyone in this land, the kings of Judah, the official, the priest, and the people will be against you.
And that happened to Jeremiah.
Exactly.
Which king was that? I believe Zedekiah.
Yeah, Zedekiah.
Yeah, and cast him into a pit, cast him into a waterless dungeon, man. Hey, but nonetheless, the Lord delivered him. Jeremiah actually came back to the land. While Zedekiah, he got put to death, his son got put to death.
Yeah, he got his eyes put
He
out.
got his eyes plucked out,
The
man.
last thing he saw.
Oh,
So
and
just Psalms
can you get
from-
Jeremiah 15 and 11 real quick?
Yeah, gotcha.
In the same book, man. Because the Lord, as you wicked niggas try to plot against the men of the Lord, man, the Lord's going to rescue his people. He's going to rescue the elect. But you're going to be the ones that are going to get caught up, okay, into your own devices, man.
KJV or GNT?
KJV word.
All right. Jeremiah 15 and 1, it says,
15 and 11.
All right. Jeremiah 15 and 11, my bad. All right, Jeremiah 15 and verse 11. It says, the Lord said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
Right. Can you read that one more time?
Come on, Jeremiah 15 and 11. It says, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant.
What does verily mean? It means truly, okay? And this is true, okay? So he says, truly, it's going to be well with the remnant. It's going to be well with the elect. You got it?
Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil.
Now, who's the enemy? Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
Okay, when he comes down with this sword, man, the Lord's, we don't know how it's going to exactly play out. The Lord can have it to where you cool with an Edomite, okay, in the F camp. An Edomite guard that's, he's a guard in the F camp. He's like, hey, man, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I just want you to run.
Yep.
I don't know why, but something just tell you to just run.
Yep.
I'm gonna open up the gate, you just run.
Yep.
Hey, that's gonna happen, man. Okay? The Lord's gonna make sure his men, hey, just like when you read the book of Acts, man. This is Acts 2.0. Just like at night you had the angel, okay, loose Peter out the prison, man, to where he had a deep sleep to fall upon those prison guards, man. All right, hey, those same miracles and even more miracles, okay, is going to happen in these times, to where the Lord is going to take care of his elect. But these wicked doers, the wicked of our people that's plotting against us, they're going to be the ones that's going to get caught up into the trap of the wicked that they're trying to appease right now, man.
If I may add here, that's just funny you said that. I said who was I talking to? I think it was Brother Shaquat, and I said something very similar to that. You know, talking about being in them F camps, man. You know, the Lord, hey man, the Lord has multiple ways he can raise up a standard. You know, it could very well be, and I see it to be true, man. You know, if whatever, you know, get caught up in there, whatever the case may be, you know, they're gonna be certain of them, man, that are gonna, because, you know, they know the men of the Lord out here. They know who we are. They know we're preaching is true. You know, there are going to be certain men that are going to be in there, man, that are going to be fearful of us. Maybe you may have a dude that may be the one that have to, you know, pull the switch or whatever and be like, man, I'm not doing that, man. Like, the fear going to come over motherfuckers right in there. You know, the fear of the Lord is going to come on people in there, man.
And if you look at it
stop
now,
them from doing certain shit. I guarantee you.
Yeah, if you look at it now, like even, you know, because it happens, you know,
Yeah.
brothers, you know, maybe sometimes speeding or just get pulled over randomly. Hey, it happens, you know, when these modern day slave catchers, these policemen, they make poor brothers over. Hey, well, the Lord got it now to where, bro, they're already treating us with respect because wow, we are applying wisdom.
Sure, right.
We know that we're behind enemy lines. We know we just can't be acting like these other niggas, man.
That's right.
Okay, flashing our fringe. And you even got that one video of that one Jake when he got pulled over. Nah, my shit out shot.
Yeah, I did a video on that.
Hey, you might drag that nigga out.
Drag his ass
car,
out of
man.
there. After
You see?
talking all that shit first, right?
Yeah, but the Lord got it set up now to where, hey, the enemy's already treating us good, man.
Yeah.
You see, what is that, Proverbs 16:6? When a man's ways please the Lord, even his enemies shall be at peace with him.
Yeah.
You know, personal testimony, my vehicle and a few other brothers' vehicles, I believe the brother I9 and brother Kabash, this past Tuesday camp, you know, you had, even though it was a Jake, you know, a Jake patroller, Jake slave catcher, well, not slave catcher, he was just like a traffic ticket handler. What's his name? What do you call him? The people that give the tickets.
The
Traffic control.
Traffic control.
Okay, whatever you call it. But anyway, he was about to put a ticket upon, you know, upon our vehicles, and we walked up to him like, nah, y'all good, you know, y'all good. Just make sure you leave before 9, you know. But hey, man, like that's the favor of the Lord. It's little things like that, okay, that we gotta really pay attention to.
Yeah,
you see, that's the Lord showing us that He's with us, man. You know.
What was you doing?
Yeah.
The work.
Right, yeah, we was doing the work. He saw us with our garments on, you know. See, yeah, man.
That spirit, same thing happened. Remember the old spot that we used to be at before the new spot? I parked literally right across the street, and I think one of you, I think it was you. It was a black cop. You know, Jake pulled up, and my car was parked right there. He was about to give me a ticket, and I think it was you that was like kind of pointing. I looked. As soon as I went up, took my car, went over there. He looked at all of us. He was like, "Man, you good, man. Just don't even worry about it."
Man, I wanted to make that point too. Like the brother was saying, they was doing the work when it happened.
Yeah.
See, and the work don't stop when you take this garment off, man.
Man,
You see,
damn.
that's why, like the brother said, you get pulled over by cops. We constantly doing the work even when we ain't got our garments on, right?
Yep.
It's living this thing, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's living this truth, man.
Yep.
You see, and that's why the Lord protect brothers, man. You know, but we constantly working. You know what I mean?
Keep those spiritual garments on, like Yahushua said. Revelation 11, 16th chapter. He says, if I'm going to come upon thee as a thief, you know, watch out. So you don't basically walk around naked. You know,
Yeah.
make sure you keep on your spiritual garment,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The spiritual garment is being clothed in your right mind, being clothed in this truth, man. You know, like the priest said, because these just physical garments. These are going to burn up.
Yeah.
You know, all these garments that we brothers got on, like, ain't nothing majestic about these. Like, these going to get burnt up too.
Yep.
But the garments that the Lord, and the fringes the Lord is concerned about is our lives, man, our spirits.
Yeah. He's gonna get burned up too.
Yep.
You know, like you say, it's the spirit that's in there. Because the Lord, like I say, when we out there on the highways and byways, you know, because we're carrying our spiritual garments wherever we go, but even on the highways and byways, what are we doing? We're calling out to the meek, to the brokenhearted, and we also are giving judgment out. When people, you know, when Jake and Ron back don't want to hear, that's like Jake is receiving judgment when we're out here giving the word of the Lord. I had a quick one. This is Jeremiah 5:1. It says, "Run ye to and fro from the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man If there is anyone that execute judgment and seeketh the truth, and I will pardon you. You know, so we're calling out to the meek, and we're basically being those men, all right, Lord, we'll be a part of that election that are calling out to those men. And if someone that can hearken and hear, the Lord said He will pardon them. Now, what He was saying with us, if we don't give them that, we don't give them the word of the Lord, hey, the blood will be on our hands. Lord, we won't receive that part. But these certain things, like the brother was, the account that the brother was going into, this is what the Lord, like He said, through the Spirit, how about Shema Shai. They looked at it in the Spirit. The Lord put the Spirit on those meter men to say, you know, y'all keep pushing the word. Actually, with us pushing the word, the Lord pardoned us, pardoned them brothers at that moment. All right. Certain encounters or certain things you go through. You know what I'm saying? You may about to have an accident. You gonna swerve and might feel like, I remember priest mentioned something to me before. Feel like angel and mood. Hey, cause
I was about to give up the ghost.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
No, felt it.
hey, bro. Hey, I remember I was coming from camp one time, bro. I was driving. You know how you be zoned out. You know you about to change the song, man. I had looked up in my damn rearview, man. It was chaos going on behind me, bro. A car had slid and hit the wall, and I almost hit my shit. I ain't even see it. I looked up, bro. This bitch just spinning out right behind me. I was like, oh man, call like y'all. The Lord been taking us even when we on fucking road. You know what I'm saying? I could have been right by that nigga. That nigga hit my shit, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro.
Hey man, hey, this is the time. The Lord is, you know, doing all these magnificent works here, man, and even greater, you know, as things start to ramp up here. Before we close out, I wanted to grab that article. You know, just to kind of wrap back around here to prophecy. As a matter of fact, I found something here. It just goes into, you know, kind of the incident, you know, with this these immigrants and this gang stuff that's going on up here, you know, from Colorado, or rural Colorado, I think it was. And I found this here on, this is Texas Border News. All right, and it says, I'm just going to kind of skim through it here. It says, Tren de Aragua, a name that was once foreign to most Americans, have now become synonymous with the violence and fear nationwide. This notorious Venezuelan gang, known for the brutal tactics of diverse criminal activities, recently made headlines following a dramatic takeover of an apartment complex in rural Colorado. Even more concerning, officials have reported that large groups associated with, Tren de Aragua, have been making their way into Texas and in via El Paso. It says, while the United States has long been focused on the threats posed by the cartels, the only other international organized criminal organization, which we were just talking about earlier, they organize, man. These cats just ain't some niggas just running around, you know, stupid shit. They're organized. It says, Tren de Aragua has quietly been establishing a foothold. The gang's expansion into Texas, a state already familiar with gang violence, signifies a dangerous new chapter in the battle against organized crime in America. I just want to get this last part. It says, according to Wikipedia, Tren de Aragua is the largest criminal organization in Venezuela, boasting over 5,000 members. The gang has a strong presence across several South American countries. And like the priest talked about, these are all our brothers, ultimately. Right? And it goes on to say, including Colombia, Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Panama, Costa Rica, and Chile. The influence extended beyond geographical borders, and they control a significant portion of human smuggling, industry, human trafficking. A portfolio includes armed trafficking, bribery, drug trafficking, illegal mining, kidnapping, ransom, money laundering. I mean, they're organized ultimately, and this is now the fanners. What we're talking about, which was going to kick off this insurrection, man. Was going to kick off this sedition. Trump was in the office. What happened to him building the wall? Why they stop building the wall? What are you talking about? We got to keep the immigrants out. And now they just stopped building the wall, and all of a sudden they got the green light just to come in here now.
Yeah.
You know, but all that's done by design. You can't get on social media and say certain shit without getting tag blocked, or in some instances, the folks are coming to see you by your IP address. But they got all this influx of immigrants that are just flooding here. They don't know how they're getting in here. That's not done. That's just so happened to be done. That's not a coincidence.
Right.
This is all a part of the plan. This is all a part of the insurrection, the Ord Adakeo, to bring in what he really wants to bring in. which is that MOTB, man, that enterprise. He needs that because that's his last. That's his last stop. That's his last hope. Once he brings that out, that's it. But shit has to happen first, and people are gonna have to want it. It's gonna be the cure for all of the chaos that's going here. It's gonna be the answer to get everybody back to and everything back to normalcy.
Hey, if I can add, when you watch that last Purge movie, the Forever Purge, what was the? It's been a while since I've seen it, but if I can add, my memory serves me correctly. Help me out, because I know you've seen it. But the last Purge, Forever Purge, it was basically centered around, especially like Gad and Reuben.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not Gad and Reuben, but Issachar coming down from the border, man. But they had Gad on there. He was the one, I can't remember that chief's name with the ponytail. He was being interviewed, but anyway, but he was mainly, from Issachar coming from the border, and when they came, all those red-blooded Edomites, they was, purging Northern Kingdom. But then at the end of the movie, everybody was trying to go back to Mexico because there was so much shit happening in America, man.
Yeah, what looked like the first purge, that was what in the streets. That was like you say, Northern Kingdom, like you say, Issachar, Gad, and then the first purge was what? It was Jake. Southern Kingdom. It was the Southern Kingdom. What happened? They tried to set up for the Southern Kingdom to get riled up and fight against amongst one another, put each other to death. What they were doing, partying, drinking. So what did they think? They infiltrated them, had Esau to put on certain masks and go around and start putting them to death. Make it seem like Jake was doing it on their own. But no, it was them that was actually doing it.
Right, and who was that? That wasn't Scott Ritter. What's that other dude who had the show InfoWars? Alex Jones. He said on a recent interview, he was talking about it. He was like, once this shit kick off, with the election and all this stuff, whether there be one or not, he's like, how he talks, they already have plans.
Black man.
They got plans already. They played in their movies. It's going to be a specific assault on the black population, their churches, their colleges, and he literally said, well, they play it out in the movies as pre-programming.
Yep.
So we all know, but all that's written in the scriptures to happen. That's that large multitude, man.
Right.
That's getting ready to come down. While Jake is still out here, just bebopping. The answers are here. We talked about him pretty much the whole class. How Yahweh Shah is a man of his word. He's gonna come through in the clutch, man. That's the only way out of what's coming. As we read in the article here, they're here in Dallas, Texas, man, or in Texas, literally. So all y'all out here, and you women still running around here with the damn extra tight ass pants on and all that. Hey, man, you're gonna be getting thrown. You're gonna be getting a pillowcase over your head and thrown in the back of a van, and that's it. It's a wrap. Right, and so like the priest ultimately said, I just want to grab one of your priests up here because ultimately all eyes are going to turn as we said. It's been a huge talking point now, but we know the word of the Lord is going out heavy now. That's why you got all these nobody's just popping up and just going against the prophets now. Everyone's just popping up and just starting to it's the talking point of social media. So we know, as the priest mentioned, it's gonna be your friends, your family, those that are closest to you, man.
Because his word is known as a double-edged sword.
Right.
And it's a discerner of the thoughts and intents of every man's heart. That's why all these niggas got fucking opinions now about, who we are and what the Bible is talking about, because they're cut, man. That's what Yahweh Shah came to bring, is a sword to divide and also to show who's who and what's what.
Gone. This is 2nd Ezra 16, start at 7. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slacked. As when a woman with child in her 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Right? And so, as I said earlier, all these things are ramping up. All of these things we went from, to, you've seen the last few holidays. Right? Thanksgiving, Christmases, all that shit's just, the mirth is gone out of all that right now. Why? Because those birth pains, right? Ultimately, because Yahweh Shah's getting ready to come. He's getting ready to crack them clouds and come into this wicked and adulterous generation, this world here, man. And the people aren't liking it. Starting with the prophets, with our head apostles on down there preaching his word, man. It goes on to say, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the shower shall come upon it on every side. Here's your point. O my people, Fear my word, make you ready for that battle. And in those evils even be as pilgrims upon the earth. So we know when this shit kicks off, y'all saw in New York, right, how they were evicting people out of their homes. And these immigrants were just popping up and they were giving them to immigrants, literally. Part of those fanners, them Edomites were mad as hell on the news, man.
Right.
They were madder than an MF on the news, man. So we know that the things that we have here, Jake, we got cars, we got jobs, Jake's got cribs, all that stuff, but all this stuff we're gonna have to let go of. Scripture says we're gonna be as pilgrims. We're gonna have to be moving around, man. And we do that in the faith and fear, Yahweh Shemi Shah, that he's gonna guide a brother just through the spirit. One brother, hey brother, let's not go that way, man. Let's go this way. Let's not do this, let's do that. You know, and even if we're not together, you know, some of us are gonna be separated. Hell, we may all be, but the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be on us in that day to direct our paths, man. We're gonna have to let go and run, man, ultimately, man. With all this stuff that's going on out here, now you got these immigrants out here, and they're in the land of milk and honey, man. This is the place that everybody wants to be, and they're freely in here and giving money. Man, they finna do it while America's at its very wickedest, man. So you think that these people who ain't had shit, who ain't had a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, now that they finally here with some money, they got cribs, they got cars, they got a bank account, oh, they finna go in, man. Be as pilgrims. Meaning what? Ultimately trusting in the Lord, that the Lord is going to guide you in that day. You can try that shit on your own. You're not going to last. The Spirit of the Lord has to be with you to guide you. Does not the scripture say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation? Right? Because we have not forsaken that fountain of youth. The Lord has brought it back to us, or that fountain of wisdom. The Lord has brought it back to us. We're able to drink of that, and through that, we're able to understand and be guided through the Spirit, man, on what's getting ready to come. Right? Let's grab this last one here. This is what I want to grab. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols. You can get this put out. Let me reread it. 2 Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
It's those Edomites, man. They're getting ready to come down having great wrath. Go ahead.
And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols.
Those concentration camps, man. You know what I'm saying? They're real. You know what I'm saying? There's been many videos, man. You know what I'm saying, of these different camps and like the brothers have been doing videos, you know, these Walmarts, you know, that they closed down, and these big warehouses, and you know, they're shutting these places down for a reason, man, because they're going to come into play, man. They're going to use these things. They're going to put these people in them, you know, and they're going to start, you know, then they're going to start doing, of course, there's a color code that they go by: red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, yellow, right? I believe it is. Red represents us.
Yeah,
that's
extreme.
That's straight
so
death. And don't even talk. Don't try to deal with them. Just kill them on sight.
Yep.
Then you have the blue, which is those they're going to try to conform, man. And the yellow is they're done. You know, they're all in. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna follow blindly. You know what I'm saying? So and they're gonna bring these people in. I think they call it to reconform or re-educate.
Re-educate.
Those re-education camps. Wow, my brother. Re-educate them. You know what I'm saying? So that's where this is gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? All these things gonna come into play. You know, feeding you idle with things. Read together, Slocky.
God, it says I was gonna go down here to 51, 71.
And that reminds me, as a matter of fact, of the seven brothers, man, in wisdom.
Oh, yep.
In the book of wisdom of Solomon, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Is it wisdom? No, Maccabees.
The
Maccabees.
Seventh?
Seventh chapter, right? Maccabees. Second Maccabees?
Second
Maccabees, the seventh chapter, Slocky. And that reminds me of that, because they basically the same scenario. They was trying to, you know, trying to read it. Go ahead and read
God, this is 2 Ezra 16:68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
Yeah, trying to make you eat pork, man. You know what I'm saying? Forcing you to eat pork. You know, 'cause trust me, these devils know who we are. They know the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites. They showed you that. Doing this that seed thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when they basically said it exactly how we say it. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in that order.
In that
man.
order.
So they know exactly who you are, man. You know, and they was putting you at the front of the line when they never gave you shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's now we know why, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what these devils are gonna do, man. You know what I'm saying? So that feeding you idol, you know what I'm saying? It's like they fed tried to get the brothers to go off. They're gonna try to get Jake to, and they're gonna re-educate him, and you know,
Yeah.
the whole nine. It's gonna be all kind of torture devices
Yep.
and everything in there, man. That they gonna be doing what they do, man. You know what I'm saying?
They want to try to feed Jake with that sea hip, man.
Yeah.
You know, in his hand on his forehead.
Yo.
And Jake's gonna do it.
He's
You
gonna
know,
do it.
'cause, well, that is, you know, of course the elect ain't gonna do it, you know, but the 2/3 they're gonna do it, man. Hey, they ready right now. Like other Apostle Hart said, Jake, they're already primed and ready to get the MOTB.
Yeah.
You know, I remember not too long ago I had a situation at my job. This Jake I was helping out had to get him inside his locker. He was locked out. He had his keys, his wallet, his phone, everything in there. And he even, out of nowhere, he just fucking said, man, I wish I had a chip in my hand. I could just open this up. Like, so Jake is fucking ready, man. Revelation 13 and 8. All those whose names are not written in the Lamb's Book of Life shall worship the beast.
Right. Bro, when you mentioned that, that just made me think when back in like 2020, maybe 2021, but I was at a store and this Jake, you know, old thuggish cat, music blunt playing, his old Eat My Chicken went inside the store and I'm getting gas. He's standing beside me, rolling the blunt with the loud music. What's up, dog? I'm like, what's up, bro? You know, hey man, you take that jump shot, basically. I was like, man, I'm planning on maybe a little later, man. You know, it's a delay on it. Got mine, bro.
He said two. He boosted up.
Boosted up. So that lets you know, even like the biggest thugs, they gonna be running around like that old Eve said, I don't care what's in it. I'm just gonna stick out my hand and I'm gonna let them inject it. Yeah.
Hey, this goes, as the spirit, this goes right into it. 2 Corinthians 16 and 68. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right, because like the priest said, those that are going to go along with the get along, right? Those that are going to, that the Spirit of the Lord is not, at least on the right hand side, is not going to have them built up and have that faith where they basically reject it. They're going to take it. Why? Because of fear. Fear of Esau. Jake is more scared of the white man than he is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right. He feared the creation more than the creator. But ultimately, that's how the Lord going to have it set up. He's going to put the Spirit on you to take it. And it says, those that consent unto them, that go along with the get along, shall be found in derision and a reproach and trodden underfoot, meaning destroyed.
And Jake just want that chicken. Just like after the Lord delivered us from Egypt, what was Jake saying, man? We just want them fish, them leeks, them cucumbers, and melons.
That's it, man.
See, we'll rather be, they said it, we'll rather be slaves in Egypt than die out here in this wilderness, man. You know, so, and that wilderness is going to really be, you know, like this hour of temptation.
Yeah.
And we're all about to be put in that wilderness situation where the Lord tested us and proved us. He calls us to go hungry for a little season just to see what we're going to do. If we're going to live off of his commands or if we're going to, you know, feed that flesh, man. See?
Gone. It goes on to say, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Like I said, we're seeing that starting to happen. All right, these fanners are coming in here because ultimately it's going to lead to that insurrection. It's going to lead to that sedition. It's going to lead that uproar against the government. Why? Because Esau's going to allow this to happen, man. The people ain't out here ain't that stupid. They may be through, but they ain't that stupid. They're going to see that things are, because why? There's not going to be law enforcement out here because those who are in law enforcement and military, they're going to be at home protecting their own families. They're going to be out here trying to guard you and protect you, niggas.
Right.
And those that are in the military that are going to actually fight that Egyptian against Egyptian, they're going to get fucked up. Esau's got a backup plan beyond backup plan beyond backup plan for all that, man. Right? As it goes on.
Go ahead. Esau's gonna make a situation. Esau, because you had mentioned, bro, that like the wilderness, Jake in the wilderness, Jake wanted their food. They'd rather be a slave than to die in the wilderness. But Esau's gonna create a situation to where he gonna make it a wilderness. He's already making the earth a fucking wilderness, man.
Right.
You see, to the point to where shit's not growing. You see, he's doing these particular things, making these laws about, you know, this new so-called enemy or threat to the earth is climate change.
Right.
Now everything natural forming, doing all these particular things. Now they're damaging the earth. You You see, well, that all goes back into Esau getting control of food. Once you control the food and the water, then you got the power to these people, man.
Yeah.
You see, but that's because they don't know Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You see, the majority of our 2/3 of our people don't know the Lord, man. You know, but I got a quick one real quick. Proverbs 13:23 in the GNT. It says, unused fields can be it's like it says, unused fields could yield plenty of food for the poor, but the unjust people keep them from being formed. And that's what they doing, buying up farmlands. You see, EG, all these particular lease buying up shit. What you think they doing, man? They keep them up. They purposely doing that. They purposely making it harder for farmers to grow food. You know what I'm saying? Or they coming with these fucking particular laws to make them dump all they crop. You know what I'm saying? They paying the money. You know what I'm saying? For what? For the field won't be formed, man. You see?
Train derailment.
Yep. That, man. So he's creating a wilderness, bro. So everything is everybody's gonna have to come to him. You see? You got it, bro.
It's beautiful. It's beautifully said. It goes on to say here, 2 Kings 16:71, they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Ultimately, like we said, all this is really happening because he knows that Jacob is in the world, man. He knows Jacob got next. All right. So we're his arch enemy, his number one, his nemesis, man. All right. But it's gonna be all inclusive. You know, those who are gonna fight against the system, you so-called Christians, those who speak up, because in this new world order, this system that he has set up, he's not gonna be able to afford to have people that are gonna go against it, are gonna be contrary.
Right.
Or that has a platform, that has mouth or influence other people to consider. Right? Because this new world order is not about you thinking, it's just about you complying. Ultimately.
And you don't gotta do shit but hit a fucking switch.
That's
That's
it.
gonna stop every fucking thing.
That's it.
Everything is ran off the grid. Everything is ran off of fucking electricity. That's all it takes. The food that you get, you know what I'm saying? The water, that shit, all you gotta do is just fucking hit that switch, man. And it's a fucking wrap.
Right.
See, that's how you gonna get these people. Go ahead, bro.
And it just say, for he shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, right? Because like we talked about, you know, you have guns, food, because once this stuff really starts to kick off, you're gonna hear people have things in their house that aren't gonna be lawful in his eyes, man. Not only with the looting and everything that's taking place, there's gonna be a lot of legislation that's gonna be passed. And like you said, you're gonna have to come to this man for want and need of everything.
Yep. Hey, it's
Everything.
already in the books, bro. It's
Yeah.
already in the books, man. When the national emergency or a state of emergency and martial law is declared, hardened food becomes illegal.
Yep.
That's gonna bring that to pass. What the brothers read in 2nd Ezra about them wasting away and taking all their goods, man.
Yep.
You
Yep.
see?
Exactly.
Nothing new under the sun.
Exactly. Like he said, going back to what he said, you're gonna have to go to him for everything. What you doing with this in here, that in there, right? Because ultimately that lines up with MOTB, because you're not gonna be able to get any of these things without being attached digitally to this man's system.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna have records all out. How you get this? How you get that? They can type up and be able to, see what you have in your house, what you own, what you have, what you're not supposed to have, right? All this stuff is at its boiling point. It's getting to its boiling point right now. And here's the point. And it says, "Then shall it be known for whom am I chosen, and they shall be tried as gold is tried in the fire." And so why? Why does it say then shall be known? Because those of us who are out here preaching this, prophesying, speaking before it happens, and the world actually starts to see it happen, Jake actually starting to see it and witnessing and being in it, then they're going to look back. They was right. They was right the whole time. But it's going to be too late. Because the Lord's going to have his covering over those men that did his work. And you niggas are going to be left out. You're going to be caught, you're going to be in derision and reproach, man. Ultimately, you're going to be destroyed. Man, that's pretty much all I got. If you brothers got anything else? Got anything? Anyway, Abu Rakazah, this lesson was meant, is received by those who are to receive it. We want to give our honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.